All right, recording. Good morning, guys. Mrs. Baskerville here, and my special guest. I'll let her introduce herself.
I'm Miss Newman. I was helping Mrs. Baskerville for a couple of months on Fridays, so I got to see meet a lot of you when I was there, and now I'm going to help her do some lessons online.
Yeah, so we're still doing the counseling stuff and doing counseling lessons, but things have obviously changed. So this is our very first lesson, and it might not be perfect. You guys know sometimes I make a lot of mistakes sometimes, but we are trying to figure this stuff out too. But our lesson today is actually about control. So our self-control and our realm of control and the things that we can't control in our lives. So just like this lesson, Newman and I were talking about how I can't control that school is closed and that we're doing all of our learning online right now, but I can control the lessons that I give out to you guys, and I can control my education online. There's things I can't control, but there's things I can control. So it's important to know which ones are in your control and which ones are out of your control. So that's the end of our lesson today. And it doesn't matter if you're in kindergarten, first grade, fifth grade, or you're an adult, there's always things in our lives that we can and can't control. So that's important to recognize those things. So first of all, why is self-control important? So Miss Newman and I were talking about why self-control is important, and we decided that self-control is very important because it helps us handle situations and our stress in our lives. And ultimately, I think that's how we can be the most successful, because it doesn't matter how you look. Sometimes it doesn't even matter how smart you are, because if you can't control yourself, you're not going to get very far. So we have to have that self-control so that we can be successful in school and successful in our futures and successful in all of our hobbies and things that we enjoy doing. So let's see, Miss Newman, did you have anything that you would like to add about self-control?
I think it's always important to remember that self-control is something that you ultimately have control of. So even if you feel like you can't control it, you have to remember that you can.
Yep. Yep. So we're going to recognize those things today in this lesson that we can and can't control. And that can change from day to day sometimes. So let me see. So having self-control, we can control things like our attitude and our feelings. And sometimes we feel like we can't control those feelings, but we have say in how our feelings come out. So we can kind of control our feelings. So self-control can improve our well-being and our happiness, and it improves our relationships with other people. I'll ask Miss Newman. Miss Newman, if somebody has really bad self-control, how do you think that would affect their relationships in their lives?
Hmm. I think if somebody has really bad self-control, I would say they probably struggle to have good relationships. It might be hard for them to have and make friends, or it might be hard for them to even talk to the friends that they have, because they maybe struggle with how they express how they're feeling and having other people understand that too.
Yeah, I would agree. I think if we have bad self-control, that's probably going to affect our relationship with other people and how we act with other people. Because, like, I'll give an example. If Miss Newman and we're going out to recess and we're going to play a game, and I only want to do what I want to do, and I tell Miss Newman that we're not going to do what you want to do because it's my recess and I get to decide. How do you think that would affect our relationship, Miss Newman?
Probably not so good.
Probably not so good. So I have to have self-control and I have to think about other people. You need to think about yourself sometimes. You need to think about other people too. So we can control those things. So I have a video. I did try practicing with the video in here, but it wasn't working very good. So I'm going to attach the YouTube link for the video for you guys to watch after this is done. And in the video, it's a student. I'm not sure how old he is. I think he's maybe in fifth or sixth grade. But he talks about the things that are in our control, at least 5 things that we can do every day that are in our control. So it's a really good video. So I hope you guys give that a shot and watch that video. And then we're going to do a little project together. But first, I have an example for you guys. I'm going to try to share my screen. We're going to do a little what if example. So, all right. Here is, all right, Miss Newman, can you see the picture?
I can.
Awesome. Okay, so in this picture, I'm going to give you guys a scenario. So, since you guys are spending a lot of time at home with family members, I bet there's probably some fighting and arguing going on sometimes. I know there has been at my house sometimes. We still argue and we don't always agree on things. But in this scenario, there's a brother and a sister, and in this video, they're fighting, or not video, in this picture, they're fighting over an iPad. Now, I bet that's happened in your house from time to time, fighting over something or a toy or an iPad. And we're going to pretend that you're playing on the iPad. So if you want, you can close your eyes and visualize yourself. You're at home, you're playing on your iPad, and your sister comes up and she tries to take it out of your hands and say, "It's my turn on the iPad." So now, Ms. Newman, how would you feel right away? What's the first feeling that pops into your mind?
I would be really angry.
Me too. I'd probably be pretty angry at my sister too. So now if we have self-control, all right, I'm going to stop sharing the screen. So now if we have self-control, we can do two things. We can have self-control and we can tell our sister how we feel, and we can try and work out a plan. So maybe we say, "Hey, I'm going to have 10 more minutes on the iPad, and then I'll share it and you can have it after 10 minutes." We can come up with a plan. We have self-control and we talk about our feelings, or we don't have self-control and we instantly get that mad feeling and that volcano bubbling up, and maybe we start yelling at our sister, and maybe we hit the iPad out of her hands, and then she starts crying and it makes her feel bad. So if we hit the iPad out of our sister's hands, let's think about, what do you think is going to happen? Your sister's crying, you're angry, maybe the iPad's on the floor, hopefully it didn't break. Maybe it did break. Uh-oh. So Miss Newman, what do you think would happen in that situation?
I think if I reacted like that, I wouldn't feel very good because I was really not very nice to my sister.
Yeah.
And I think I would be even more upset because if the iPad did break, then neither of us would get to use it. And I'd be even probably more upset because I'd probably get in trouble too.
You know what? That's what I was thinking. I bet mom or dad or grandma or grandpa, whoever is around, is going to hear crying and yelling, and then I think we're both probably going to get into trouble. So it doesn't sound like a very good idea for self-control. But maybe how are some ways we could have good self-control? Can you think of anything else that so good self-control? Maybe we could compromise. We just used that word before school, and we could compromise and say, "Hey, I'm going to play on it for 10 more minutes, and then you can play on it for 10 minutes." Or maybe we just alternate every 10 minutes we can play. So that would be having good self-control and talking about our feelings, even if we're frustrated and mad, right? Ms. Newman, is there anything else that you think that we could do to show good self-control in that situation?
I would say you could even maybe ask your sister to just let you finish what you were doing and then you could share with them. I think
Yeah,
that's a good idea too.
that would be a very good idea. So now we're talking about self-control. So we can control how we act. We can't control how sister acts. So we have to remember that sometimes, even though maybe sister's not having much self-control, but we can do our best to have self-control. So we have a little self-control activity now I want to share with you guys. It's called our circle of self-control. So what is in our self-control and what is outside of our self-control. So I made some examples. So after this is done, this video is done, you can do this at home. It doesn't take much supplies. And I'll show you guys exactly what I did for this activity. So our circle of self-control, so hopefully you can see this in the camera. So you can see I drew these circles. They're not perfect. They don't have to be perfect. You can draw a square if you want. It doesn't matter. In our circle of self-control, we're going to have either one circle or two circles. I did this one for an example. So all you need is a piece of paper and something to write. I just had a marker that I wrote with, a pencil marker, whatever works. So to get my circles, because I didn't want to try and freehand too, I'll just share with you guys. I just grabbed my big bowl and I put it on the paper. So I put it on the paper. So that was my big circle. And then I just traced the circle around that. And then I found just a mug in my cabinet. And then I made my little circle in the middle. So I just cheated and I traced some circles. But you can certainly do it by hand if you want. So we're going to do our circles. And with our circles, so here's my example now. So our little circle is going to be what is in our control. And then our outside circle is going to be what is outside of our control. So if you guys watch the video, there's some things in there that are in our control. And if you notice, these are all only things I can control. I can control my attitude, my words, my actions, my manners, my effort that I put into things. And I actually added a sixth one that wasn't in the video, but my choices, because my choices are going to dictate all of those things. So those are things that are important to realize that I have control of those things. My actions, words, attitudes, my manners, my efforts I put into things, and my choices. Nobody else has control over those but me. But if I don't have a very good attitude, or maybe I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, then it might come mom and dad's control if I'm getting into trouble. So if you need to be the one that control yourself. Otherwise, the grown-ups have to help you. So the things outside of my control, for this one, I just wrote other people's attitudes, other people's words, actions, manners, other people's effort into things, and other people's choices. We can't control what other people choose to do. I went shopping the other day and I couldn't find toilet paper or some of those other things that we all need, right? And I can't control that everybody else needed toilet paper too. There wasn't any toilet paper in the store. But I can control that, well, this store was empty, so maybe I need to go to another store. So again, there's things that are outside of our control and in our control. So I made an example that I'll share with you guys. For this one, I just did one circle, and then I did inside my control in the middle, and then outside my control on the outside. So I started with what are some things that are outside of my control? And I wrote those down on the outside, and then I made a little line to the inside of the circle, and I can't control this. So I wrote, one of the first ones I wrote, I cannot control COVID-19, and I can't control diseases or people getting sick, but I can control taking care of myself and doing the best I can in social distancing, right? And let's see, I can't control, I just wrote this one down. I can't control that school is closed, but I can control my education and doing my schoolwork. So there's a whole bunch of ones that I shared on here. Let's see. I can't control the news and what other people put on social media, but I can control what I post on social media and maybe how much time I spend looking at social media related things. So with everything, there's things that we can't control and there's things that we can. I can't control the weather, but I can control what I decide to do with my day. If I want to go outside, maybe it's windy, maybe I spend a little time outside, so I can control that, even though I can't control if it's snowing or windy, all of that fun stuff. So, you know what, I'll try and maybe post a picture of my example. And if you guys want, you can write the things, or if you want an art project, you could draw those things too. So go ahead, and if you want to draw some pictures of what you can control, maybe you can control helping do the dishes at home. Can you draw a picture of you doing the dishes? I can't control that my brothers and my sisters just make a mess all the time. So I can't control it, but I can control how I help at home. So this is a really fun project, you know, even for me to do, because it helped me think about the things that I can't control and maybe that were making me feel nervous or anxious myself. And even as a grown-up, I didn't really realize how anxious some of these things made me feel. And I realized that, you know what, there is a lot of things in my control. So all those things that are out of my control, I feel like I wrote more things that are in my control than out of my control. So I want you guys to do this project, and you can do one circle like I did, so you're inside your control and outside, or kind of like my other example, if you want to do inside and outside, you can do two circles. So that's the to you guys, but I would love it if you guys, or if you took a picture of your project and then you shared it with me so I can see what your projects look like and what kind of ideas you guys come up with. I would certainly love that. Yeah, this is kind of a crazy time. So I don't know. I mean, how do you feel about self-control lately? I mean, do you feel like you have self-control? Do you feel like there's a lot of things outside of your control? What do you think?
I would say right now I feel like there's a lot more that's out of my control than normal.
Yeah.
Actually, kind of a funny story. I went to the grocery store the other morning in my pajamas still because I just wanted a donut because I wanted one.
Yeah.
So something to make me feel better, but it was something I can't control that I couldn't get up and get ready to go to work because I can't right now, but I was in my control to do something fun for myself.
Yeah. And we have to do those fun things to take care of ourselves during these times. So yeah, that's a really good example. You know, something I like to crochet and knit, and I can control like playing with my dogs and hanging out with my dogs. There's a lot of things we can control. So focusing on the positive and the things we can control during this time, I think is very, very important. So we can control our attitude. Are you putting a good attitude out there, or are you putting a bad attitude out there? So I don't know about you, human, but whenever I have a bad attitude, things just seem to get worse. Like things just aren't good, and they don't get better by having a bad attitude. But I feel like when I put a good attitude out there, like things just get better. And not just for me,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully for other people too.
Nope, I would agree. I'm
Yeah,
crabby. Everything else is 10 times worse than if I'm in a good mood and
very
everything's pretty.
yeah. So I want you guys to think about, so that's kind of the end of our lesson for today, is what is in my control and what are things that I cannot control. In our next lesson, Miss Newman's going to do our next lesson. Did you want to give a shout out for our next lesson, Miss Newman?
Sure. Our next lesson is all going to be about coping strategies, things that you can do that maybe can help with stress or anxieties that you might be having or concerns that you have. And then also giving you a couple different activities or ways that you can deal with those things. So that's what we're going to do in our next lesson.
Awesome. You know what? I think these lessons are well together because we can talk about things that are in and out of our self-control. And next, we're going to talk about how you can handle those things and cope with things that maybe are not outside, or that are outside and that you can't control. So I think these lessons are going to go together well. So, all right, I think that's all I had. Anything from you, Miss Newman?
Nope, that's it.
All right, so we'll see you guys at our next lesson. We hope you guys are doing well. And remember, don't be afraid to check in. And I want to know how you guys are doing. All right, have a great day, guys.